Make peace with yourself. Someone I greatly admire used to write annual blogs on her failures of the year. She would recount the mistakes she made in her nonprofit organization and in her life in general. She tore herself open to her tribe and the public, revealing times when she just missed it. It was raw and vulnerable, but most of all, it was cleansing. Once the Band-Aid was ripped off, the wound could be cleaned and would heal. She often spoke how much she learned from her mistakes. So I began to reflect on my own failures and what I had learned from them. And then I added a step. I asked myself for forgiveness. We often ask others to forgive us for transgressions against them. We ask God or a higher power to forgive us for our sins. But many times we forget to ask ourselves for forgiveness. Forgiving yourself is the hardest thing to do in my book. I used to beat myself up about things that I just missed, the people I trusted that I shouldn't have, the appointments I was late for, or the task I just absolutely loved on. I realized that I could not move on completely until I forgave myself. Until we forgive ourselves, we still carry the weight and shadow of that mistake. And worse than that, we will repeat it. So here's a method that I use to forgive others and myself. Every time I think of the offending accident or incident, the person or people involved, I ask God, and you may prefer universe or higher power, to bless them. I don't just leave it at that. I ask for blessings on their jobs, with their families, their finances, their health, and anything I can think of. I include all the facets of life. I perform this practice every time it pops up in my mind. Pretty soon, I notice an ease in my mind and my body about that situation, the person or people. My mind is at peace, and I don't feel anxious when I think about it. Furthermore, I don't have a pit or a sinking feeling in the bottom of my stomach, and my shoulders feel relaxed. I know then that I have truly forgiven them. I do the same thing for myself. But often, I look in the mirror and say to myself, I'm sorry for, you complete the sentence, whatever that specific offense that was done on my part to myself. I include the specific mistake that I made and then pray blessings on myself, my family, my organization, my friends, my finances, and my health. I do this until I feel some ease about the situation. Then and only then do I feel confident that I've actually forgiven myself. The Band-Aid has been ripped off. I've torn myself open and been raw and vulnerable with myself. The wound is now clean and healed. I can move on to succeed and prosper in all facets of my life because I have made peace with myself.